All right. The first one, for some reason, was it was stuck on what's it called? It was stuck on live. I put the thumbnail and the title and everything, and I went in there and I typed it, and then I hit go live, and it was a little circle, and it said going live, and it was stuck there for like a minute and a half. So I just refreshed it and did it again. All right, so as the title says, it's a roundtable. I'm not going to do much as far as introducing topics. I want you guys to come up with the topics, send in your questions, and then I will give you my thoughts on them. And then other people in the comments, feel free to chime in as well. Anything that you guys want to know will be, we'll talk about it. So if anybody has a question or something specific regarding the Cowboys, maybe a concern that you have, drop it in the live chat, and we'll hit on it. And however long this is, it's going to determine how active it is, how many people is asking questions. Do I think the Jaguars played bad? Well, this is the typical is it good Cowboys or bad Jaguars type thing. People ask a lot after games like this. I think it's good Cowboys, and I'm not just saying that to be a homer. Anybody that's watched me for any length of time knows that that's the last thing I am. I always want my team to win, but if there's problems, I will come on here and say that. I'm not somebody that's going to come on here and say we're going to win every game before the game and stuff like that. I think the Jaguars are a good team. I don't think Blake Bortles is a very good quarterback, but he's good enough to win games. He got them all the way to the AFC Championship game last year against the Patriots. So I do. I think that I think the Jaguars are a good team. Blake Bortles is a decent quarterback. Their defense is a lot better than their offense is, but I do think that all in all, I think the Jaguars are a good team, and so did a lot of other people. There's a reason why absolutely nobody picked us to win today. And those that did pick us to win certainly didn't pick us to win in that much of a dominating fashion. So this is kind of why I wanted to do this, because, I excuse me, I had the live stream of the game. And then I had my post-game video with all the emotions and the yelling and the ranting and everything. And this is kind of more of like a casual setting, just Cowboys fans talking, or even fans of other teams. If you want to chime in, feel free to. Feel free to criticize. I was worried about the game. Never thought Dallas would almost blow them out. I actually predicted us to win this game because, like I said, this team has a habit of winning games that they have no business winning. But I didn't predict that at all. That surprised. The fact that we won didn't surprise me, but the manner in which we won and the way that our stagnant offense just completely handled the Jaguars defense, which is hyped up by a lot of people to be the best in the country. That I did not expect, but it was a pleasant surprise. But with that, we were at home. We haven't had much success on the road this year. We've looked good at home before. So I like new people coming in. Like the title says, this is a roundtable. Throw your thoughts in the live chat, and we'll talk about it. Washington will be a tough one. Well, that's Washington's always tough. Number one, it's a division rival. I know the Giants didn't really play as close, that close. It was closer than the final score was. But yeah, or it wasn't as close as the final score was, I should say. So there's that. Do I think we'll go back to our old ways next week and be predictable? I hope we don't, but I'm going to have to say that we will, because that's been our mantra all season. It's been our mantra for a couple of years now. Actually, it's been our mantra for a long time, except for like 2014. 2014 and 2016 is pretty much the only times that that didn't happen. We'll go out there and we'll get a big win like we got today, and then everybody gets hyped up about it, and then we'll go, piss the bed against some nobody 4-win team the next week. And that's what drives me crazy, because, people say like, oh, it could be worse. You could be a Browns fan. Like, I don't mean this mean. No disrespect at all to Browns fans. Nothing but respect for them for watching their team suck as long as they have, and still watching all the games faithfully and not abandoning ship to somebody else. But Browns fans know what they are. They've known what they were for a long time, and they don't get any false hope from their team. They know exactly what the Browns are. They know the Browns suck and have sucked for a long time. It's not that way with us. We'll go out there and beat like the Jaguars. We'll go out there and beat the Seahawks in Seattle in 2014 when people were still doubting us. And we'll go out there and we'll win these games that people give us no chance to win. And then, that kind of proves that it's not a talent issue. Like, we have the talent to win that game. So it's like, so why can't we do that consistently? I understand you're going to lose sometimes. You're not going to go undefeated every year, or even one year mostly. But, just let me see some kind of consistency, something. Love how they got that moving. Awesome to see. Yes, that's what I've been saying. We need to stop trying to use Dak as a Drew Brees, Tom Brady type guy. He's not a sit in the pocket and shred your secondary quarterback. It's not what he is. He's a Cam Newton, type of player. And we used him as that today. And he almost broke Staubach's single game record for rushing yards by a quarterback. He fell 9 yards short of it. He probably would have broke it if he didn't get pulled with like 3 minutes to go or whatever. We won't see the Dak haters for a week. Well, I wish that was true, but I've already encountered a lot of them, even on my post game. Glad Dallas isn't facing New England this season. See, that's the thing. Just like the Jaguars, if we face the Patriots, it would not surprise me at all if we won. Not to say that we're a better team than the Patriots, because we're very clearly not. But that is such a Dallas Cowboys thing to do, is to go beat a team you have no business beating and infect the entire fan base with false hope, and then lay a goose egg the next week against, some shit for nothing Bills team. David Irving makes his defense better. Yes, I agree completely. So, okay, what happened to the chat disappeared? There it goes. New England's been faltering for a few years now. I do like New England, actually. Another one, Super Bowl. Yeah. So as far as the playoffs go, It depends largely on which team shows up to the game. If you if today's Cowboys show up, we could beat just about any team in the league. If the team from week 1 shows up, then we ain't beating nobody. Or week 3, or week 5. See what happens when the receivers do their jobs. Yep. My point exactly. I've been saying that. I don't know what it is about Jason Garrett. This team must love him, because I was talking about this in the live stream of the game. Seems like every time there's chatter going around that Jason Garrett might be on the hot seat if this doesn't turn around. It seems like every time that happens, every time that little gossip starts floating around, this team goes out there and just mollywop somebody. It's like, oh my God, Jason Garrett got them up to play. So I feel like they were partly playing for the season today, but I feel like they were also playing for Garrett's job, because it seems like that happens pretty much, like I said, every time that happens. So maybe we need to put Jason Garrett on the hot seat every week and say, okay, I don't care if it's 10 years from now, next time you lose a game by less than 7 points, you're gone. And then maybe we would go 13-3 and lose by a total of 7 points or something. I don't see anybody stopping the Saints this year in the NFC South. The Saints look. I'm getting flashbacks of 09. I really am. And fun fact about 09, the Saints were undefeated, 13-0, the last remaining unbeaten team in the entire league. And the Dallas Cowboys, our Dallas Cowboys, went into the Superdome and beat them. Shocked the Superdome, shocked the world into the game with a strip sack fumble by DeMarcus Ware, the one and only. One of my greatest memories as a Cowboys fan, because, again, that was a thing that nobody gave us a chance to win. And there we went. Garrett needs to go, regardless of what happens this year. Almost a decade and 1 playoff win. Well, that depends if you give him any credit for 2009 when we beat the Eagles, when he was the offensive coordinator, I believe, at the time, the play caller. So you could theoretically say 2, or that he at least assisted with 2, but still 2 in 10 years is not good enough. But then again, Marvin Lewis has 0 in 15 years, and he still got a job. And I don't buy into those ESPN graphics anymore. Oh, Marvin Lewis on the hot seat. No, he's not. Shut the fuck up. Like, unless the Bengals win like 3 games one year, Marvin Lewis is not going anywhere. If they was going to fire him, they would have done it 5 years ago. He's either in somebody's pocket or he knows something about somebody. Something's got to be going on, because there's no reason whatsoever why Marvin Lewis should still be in Cincinnati right now. So, yeah, we got sure he lets them do whatever they want off the field. No punishment for doing dumb stuff off the field. Well, it's just like, not to talk trash on Romo or anything, but back in when we made the playoffs with Romo, and then we had a bye week. In 2007 season, we had a bye week for the playoffs, and Romo and Witten got everybody together and went to Cabo. And then they came back, and we lost that game to the Giants in the first round, second round technically, but our first game. And the team got criticized so much for that, and Bill Parcells got criticized so much for that because of letting them take the trip and stuff like that. So Jason Garrett is not the only one that I don't like. My main thing with Jason Garrett that has always pissed me off is that he's a guy that's gonna stick to himself and stick to his guns and just do what he feels like he needs to do, and he's not gonna consult anybody. He's not gonna let anybody tell him what to do except for Jerry. So like I said in the live stream for the game, every week after the game and every day at 3:30, Jason Garrett is going to walk on the stage behind the podium with a blue polo on with a star on it and say, "How we doing, guys?" Every time. Romo just got done for the season. Just got hurt. He's out for the season. Garrett is going to go out there, get on the stage behind the podium with a blue polo on with a star on it and say, "How we doing, guys?" Oh, we just lost the game by 45 points. He's going to go out there on stage behind the podium with a blue polo on with a star on it, say, "How we doing, guys?" So that's kind of he doesn't change anything. He doesn't express himself or show his emotions or anything, in which I know what people say, about the Jason Garrett that we see may not necessarily be the Jason Garrett that the team sees, in the locker room, in the practice, things like that. And that's true. But you could do something different, change it up a little bit. If we lost by, 45 points, that should bother you. Don't go out there just like everything is fine. Just like if we lose by 50 or we win by 50, the same Jason Garrett is going to be on the stage. It does not matter what. He's going to talk in that monotone. He's not going to have emotions. He's not going to get mad or excited or anything like that. And it really, quite frankly, it pisses me off. And not only does he say the same thing every time, he says it in the same voice. "How you doing, guys?" "Well, Coach, Romo just got hurt and he's out for the season. How you doing, guys?" "Well, Coach, you just lost the game by 45 points. How we doing, guys?" "Well, Coach, you just won the NFC Championship. You're going to the Super Bowl. How we doing, guys?" It's like, what the fuck? Are you a fucking robot? But like I said, the players must love him. How can we donate to help the channel grow? I actually don't know. That is a good question. I've never really thought about it. I think I want to say I can monetize my channel maybe, and then I think there's like a donation button or something like that. I can tell you guys without getting too personal. I'm going through a lot financially right now. I just went through a pretty bad breakup after close to 2 years. So, you know, I lost not only her as a person in my life, but I also lost that income. And then I lost my job over something stupid. I had to go get another job. So it's a job I'm not making as much money as what I was. And it's going to take pretty much everything I got in my pocket right now just to get back to Texas. So, they finally got some Space Jam water for our Cowboys offense. About the Cowboys, we're very capable of having a top 5 on both sides of the ball, but inconsistency is what we had for the last 20 plus years. Yep. Except for 2007, 2009, 2014, and 2016. 4 years out of those 10, we actually had good seasons where we were the same. Well, we don't suck, Deporte. That's the point of it. We saw today the talent on this team. It's not about sucking. It's not a talent issue. Yes, we need to be consistent, but because we're not consistent doesn't mean we suck. It means we're not consistent. If you suck, it means you don't have talent. We have talent. We saw today very clearly that we have talent. We can't utilize it consistently, but that doesn't mean we suck. That means we're playing bad. You don't go out and win the way that we won today if you suck. Don't need 300 passing yards a game from Dak to win by any means necessary. Here's what I said earlier during the live stream. Somebody made that comment. We've got Ezekiel Elliott. We've got this offensive line. So you don't want the ball to be in Dak's hands a lot. And if Dak is throwing for 300 yards, then he's probably throwing the ball a lot more than you wanted to. It's probably a shootout of some sort. Zeke probably got shut down. We're probably behind late in the game in the second half, and we got to get past happy with it. So if Dak is throwing for 300 yards a game, I would argue that that's actually a bad thing in this team that we got, because there is no reason he should need to do that with Ezekiel Elliott and this line and all that stuff. So right around the 200-yard mark is where you want Dak to be. If he gets up much more than that, that means he's thrown too much. And if he's thrown too much, that means Zeke isn't getting you enough. Well, let's see how you cry next week. Same old story. Get it? Okay, Deporte, I'm not really sure what you're talking about. I've never said that we were going to win next week. In fact, I said in my pregame video for this game that we were probably going to win this game and lose next week. Because I do see the inconsistency. A lot of people see the inconsistency. Nobody's saying we have the best team in the NFL. Nobody's saying we're going to playoffs. In fact, I have said consistently that if we do go to playoffs, who are we going to beat? Because it's a question of which Dallas Cowboys team is going to show up. If the team from today shows up in the playoffs, they could beat mostly anybody. If the team from week 1 shows up, we ain't beating the high school team. I was correcting you on your "we still suck" comment because it's not about sucking. We've got the talent. It's a consistency issue, which you even said. But you're contradicting yourself because you're saying we still suck and it's a consistency issue. Well, do we suck or is it a lack of consistency? Which is it? Because it can't be both. We have talent to win. We just don't utilize it consistently. That's what the problem is, not the talent that we have. The problem is how we're using it on a game-to-game basis. I liked the formula we had today. Momentum is key. We play this against next week, and we could possibly be 2-0 in the division. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop responding to you, and you know who I'm talking to, because I'm seeing already this pattern with you that when I agree with you, you get happy. Yes, exactly my point. But then you want to contradict anything I say that you don't agree with instead of trying to see it from another side. And no, it literally cannot be both. You cannot say that the Cowboys suck and also say that their problem is a lack of consistency. Because if you suck, there's nothing to be consistent with. If you don't have talent, you're not winning that much anyway. We have talent. Talent is not the issue. No, Deporte said it, Chris. Exactly. Deporte, that's my point. Exactly. The problem is the consistency. It's not the talent. So we don't suck. A lack of consistency is not sucking. Sucking is when you don't have talent. Now, as far as what Chris said about the formula, I said this in my pregame. I think it was my pregame. It might have been my postgame, but I think it was my pregame before the Texans game. And I got a lot of backlash for it, but I stand by what I said. I have the courage of my convictions with the statements that I made in that video, specifically regarding that I brought up Cam Newton. And I said that Cam Newton and Dak Prescott are the same type of football player. I never argued about, who is better or who has more talent or, who's a better thrower or anything like that. But they're about the same type of football player. They're both pretty good at running the ball. They're both really good at the read option. Both of them, the fans of their respective teams will tell you straight up that their worst quality for Cam Newton and Dak is their accuracy. They are not very good in the pocket. They're much better when you get them outside the pocket. You can get them to throw on the run, bootlegs, play action, all that kind of sort of stuff like that. And I brought up the point that so the same type of football player. And Cam Newton in 2015, the Panthers went 15-1, and Cam Newton was the league MVP. And on the other hand, you have Dak, who's about the same type of football player that Cam is, but he's had one good year out of three. And the issue, I think, a lot of it is that Ron Rivera sees Cam Newton. He knows what Cam Newton is, and he tailors the game plan to those things that Cam Newton does well. And he uses that in order to win games. For example, he's really good at the read option. Well, gee, maybe I should throw some read option into the game plan. We don't do that. We say, okay, Ezekiel Elliott is really good at running football. Dak Prescott is really good at the read option, and he's really good at bootlegs. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give it to Zeke 16 times, and I'm going to leave Dak in the pocket all game and make him put the ball up 35 times. That's the difference. They're pretty much the same type of quarterback. Not the same quarterback talent-wise. I do think that talent-wise, Cam Newton is better than Dak Prescott. But it's the thing of it that if you like I said, Cam Newton won the league MVP, and they went 15-1 because Ron Rivera sees what Cam Newton is. He knows what Cam Newton is, and he caters. He tailors a game plan to Cam Newton's strengths. Whereas we try to turn Dak Prescott into Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady. You name the pocket quarterback, we've tried to turn Dak into that. Instead of just embracing what Dak Prescott is and tailoring a game plan to his strengths and using him for what he's good at. But no, it's not an issue of the talent. We've got, except for the receiving core, which I want to talk about Michael Gallup actually. He had a few phenomenal catches today. One of them didn't count. It was the touchdown that got called back. And somebody made the comment about it in the live stream for the game. That Michael Gallup is really looking like he's really starting to look like a jump ball receiver because his catches today, including the touchdown one that got called back, they were jump balls, and those looked very much like Dez Bryant, like what Dez used to do all the time. Put it up, put the ball up there, jump up, and go get it. Manhandle your way through the defender, body on body, and rip the ball down out of the sky. And that's what Gallup did on the sideline. That's what he did on the touchdown that ended up getting called back. But he did catch the ball. He just wasn't able to get his second foot down in bounds. But that would have been an absolutely phenomenal touchdown catch. But that's the thing is that, well, I can say this. Not that this is what this video is about, but a lot of people that know me and watch me on here know that I'm a Longhorns fan. Big time Longhorns fan. This is a Roundtable, Cali Cowboy. This was actually requested for me to do this. Feel free to jump in on the conversation with something productive. But the Longhorns sucked for a really long time. After that national championship game in 2009, where Colt McCoy got hurt the first quarter, and Gilbert had to come in, and he damn near did it. Then Matt Brown leaves. We bring Charlie Strong in here. We fire him. We bring Tom Herman in here. And it's been up and down. Charlie Strong had his up and down moments too. Tom Herman had a lot of up and down moments last year. But we finally did come around, and for the first time, in a long time, people are saying Texas is back, and they're not like choking up in their throat when they say it. Like, they're saying it with confidence. It's not like Texas is back. Maybe it's like Texas is back, bro. You know, and now we're number 9. We're projected to move up to number 6 after our win against Baylor. And we're back in the top 10 for the first time since 2010, I believe. So 8-year span. But it can always be worse. I'm not saying that mediocrity is okay because somebody else has it worse than we do. But they put up a graphic during the Baylor game that this is the first time in almost 10 years that Texas has been back in the top 10 of the AP poll. What's the longest that an AP school or that an FBS school has gone between top 10 appearances? And the answer was Tulane from 1949 to 1998. That's almost 50 fucking years. I think it was, I'm being told that it's just a strain. They don't think that he tore anything or anything like that. It's just a strain. So he's got 2 weeks to recover, and then we got to go play Oklahoma State. So we'll see. The thing with Google Hangouts is I don't know. I don't know how all that would work as far as, you know, being able to actually get that up on YouTube. But because I don't have a lot of followers on Google, most of my followers are here. And I have tried like hell to get people not off of here, but to get them to follow me on other platforms so I can update people of stuff when I don't have time to actually sit down and make a video or stream something. You know, go to my Twitter, Ultimate Cowboy 9, go to my Instagram, Ultimate Cowboy 82. And maybe it'll take off. There was one point when it was really successful, and then I stopped doing it, and it kind of died. But this has been going on for 40 minutes. We're nowhere near the time limit. The live events has a 8-hour cutoff time, so we're nowhere near that. Why isn't Bryce Butler playing? Your guess is as good as mine. He's not hurt. He doesn't have any off-field stuff going on. There's no good reason why he shouldn't be playing. Do you want the honest answer, Kenneth? You're not going to like it. Maybe you might like it, I don't know. Andy Reid. Andy Reid went in there and just completely flipped that whole team around. And then last year they had Alex Smith and Patrick Mahomes, and Mahomes started the last 4 games for him, I believe it was. And Andy Reid decided that he had seen enough out of Mahomes, that Mahomes was going to be his starter going forward. And he had confidence enough to dump Alex Smith on Washington. So, but I don't, somebody said earlier during the live stream that, do I think, or does anybody think that Alan Hearns is having a lack of effort? Peace out, Forte. And I think so. There was one today specifically that Dak threw it. And I was criticizing Dak. I was mad as fuck at Dak for overthrowing that football. And then I went back. They ended up showing the replay, and you can clearly see that Alan Hearns is jogging. Not just at the end. Not like, you know, some receivers give up near the end of their route. This motherfucker was jogging from his stance until the end of the play. And he's got the nerve to sit there and call out the locker room and call out the quarterback play and call out everything else motherfucker, everybody did something today except for you. So it's like, what can you really say? Do you have the right to say anything? And if any receiver, like Allen Hurns, because Bryce Butler loves being here, he was here in 16. We got a lot of production out of him. So if Allen Hurns doesn't want to be here and he wants to criticize everybody and throw everybody under the bus, but doesn't want to contribute any production from himself, then he can get gone and we can let Bryce Butler play, because that's been a recurring question every week. Where's Bryce Butler? Where's Bryce Butler? Where's Bryce Butler not playing? Why was he only on the field for play? And, all this stuff. And you got this guy, Allen Hurns, that's criticizing everybody and then goes out there and jogs on his routes. And even when he jogged on the route, he still could have got the ball if he just sped up a little bit near the end of his route. Especially against his old team. Yeah, I've criticized the Van Der Esch pick a lot. I would have really rather have had a receiver, but I got to eat my crow on that one. It wasn't that I didn't think Van Der Esch was going to be good. I just didn't think he was going to be, some super special lights out player where you just need to take not just a linebacker, but this specific linebacker. Like, it has to be him right now over, a receiver. When you need a receiver. So, but Van Der Esch has really played well, he's not snitching on anything, because I'm not drunk or drinking Coke. Very, very rarely do I drink alcohol anymore. That's not some self-righteous thing. My body just can't take it. But Van Der Esch and New England and KC tied at 40. Okay. How much time is left in that game? Because I do need to I need to end this before that game is over, so I can fix into that game. Because like I said, my the screen on my laptop is broke, so I got to feed it through the TV with the HDMI in order to see it. 3 minutes. Okay. Well, why don't we do this? We are going to go to the Spectrum app, which I don't even think I'm signed in. Who's got the ball, Daniel? Is there really only 3 minutes left? Okay. Callie is very close to effect. I'll just do this. Oops, didn't we do that? I can watch it, I think, because I am on my... Okay, so I'll put that up there. Wow, I missed a good game, huh? So all in all, I think the Cowboys are.
Coming to play, Kansas City had to take 2 of those timeouts.
I don't want to say.
What they want to do is build this thing down to nothing.
You know, going to be okay per se, but like I said, it depends which team shows up. If we can figure out how to play on the road the same way that we play at home, or at least close, because there should not be that much of a drop off between playing at home and playing on the road. I understand there's going to be a difference because it's the contact and everything else, but this just looks like 2 completely different teams.
What a night in Foxborough.
2 completely different teams.
We'd have a lot of points, but we've got 80 of them already. 2 minutes
So,
to go in regulation. 40-40.
But we've got Washington, and then we're on a bye week.
Honesty, integrity, just like the military and like the Air Force Academy, and certainly from my family, my grandfather, those are the things I'm always getting when I'm dealing with USA.
I think we need to eat.
That you're going to be able to get someone on the phone, those people are going to be friendly, and they're going to be able to help you with
I'm
whatever
drunk. I need to eat.
you never feel like you're just
I actually just ate a whole pizza, almost by myself. Virgin. See? So if we could just talk about football, that would be great.
Hey, how can you pay for something you don't want?
Nothing.
Is this a test? No. Question 2. Do you like getting stuff you like for free?
Yes, this feels like a test.
It's not. It's just why Verizon lets
There should not be.
family the unlimited plan they need without paying for stuff they don't. And why Verizon
Who do I got winning the Super Bowl this year?
Did I pass? Not a test, but yeah, you passed.
The music you want, the unlimited plan you need on the network you deserve. Now get up to $300
I don't
off our latest phone.
know. That's a good question. I have to think about that one. Can you guys hear me okay over the game? I got the game on also, and it's pretty close to the webcam. So I don't want to drown out this conversation instead of audio from the game.
So you won't be Don't miss your chance to win your share of over 100 million prizes. Hurry in to play McDonald's. Treat win.
Is that better?
Okay, here we go.
Done better or?
Who do I have winning the Super Bowl?
Jason, why don't you move
Postmoder.
Okay.
Well, let's see. You got the Rams. You got. Did the Rams win today? I didn't even look at that. You got the Rams. You got Kansas City. The Eagles, as much as it pains me to say, I feel like they're on the verge of turning that ship around. They already decimated the Giants on Thursday, which I know it was the Giants, but the Eagles look really good. I think the Jags are going to ultimately be okay. Okay, so the Rams are still undefeated. So at this point, there's what? 2 undefeated teams left in the league, and it might be down to 1. The Rams might be the only one left after this game is over.
Belichick would have gone for it there. We saw it in Indianapolis before in that game. Remember the 4th and 2 up there that he decided to work, right? Didn't work, but I think it was the right approach. An unstoppable offense on the other side. I think he would have gone for it. 90 seconds.
Where are all these trolls coming from, dude? Like, for real. I guess I should be flattered. I've never had this many shit stars before. Yes, I said shit on the air. Go ahead and try to get me banned.
Kansas City trying to cover those backs out of the backfield, and it has been the strength of the New England Patriots having James White back there. They will continue.
Hey, live streamer, what's your name? My name is Ultimate Cowboy. I'm not a dumb guy. Too many people that watch me on here wish bad on me for me to be dumb enough to know anybody on here my name. So it's looking like probably the Pats. Brady to Gronk. Who else? Who did I say win? About winning the Super Bowl? I never actually said anybody. I was just going through teams that I think are threats. You got your Rams, Patriots, Chiefs. I think the Jags are going to be fine. I think they're a good team. I think today was good Cowboys. I don't think it was bad Jags. And like I said, I'm not only saying that because I'm not saying that because I'm a homer, because people that have watched me for any length of time on here knows that I'm definitely not that. We need a leader like Michael Irvin was on the offense. Zach Martin's kind of that. He doesn't really get like all super riled up and everything like Irvin did, but he gets them going. And then you've got Gallup, who's emerging into a Des Bryant type guy, at least on the field wise. I haven't seen him yelling or anything like that. So, barring a miracle, barring Gostowski missing, which you have a better chance of my phone spontaneously exploding right now than that happening. Yes, shout out to Jeff Heath, had the big interception today. 9 for 10 on lead-changing field goal attempts. Shout out to Jeff Heath. All of this talk will cease. Probably for now, for the most part, some people are saying that if we had Dez, we could have got to 50 or 60 today, and it would have been even more of a blowout. And there you go. Patriots win 43-40. There is now only one unbeaten team left in the NFL, and that is the Los Angeles Rams. So we can't depend on Cole Beasley every week. That is true. I just I feel like we're gonna be fine. I think if Gallup can continue to emerge as this breakout star, Des Bryant-like player, Jeff Swain is looking like a young Jason Witten out there. We can get Tavon a little bit more involved, get Rico Gathers more involved. I want Rico starting personally, but he'll at least put him in there down there near the goal line situations, and you can throw him a jump ball on the goal line or in the back of the end zone or something. And Hail Mary situations, he should always be out there. I think all in all we're going to be fine, but that tune could quickly change after next week. So we'll see where we are then. But Travis Frederick and Terrence Williams have both been placed on IR effective about a week and a half ago. So Frederick's season looks to be done. He would be eligible to come back. Let's see, this is week 6 now. And it happened last week, so week 5. So he would be eligible to come back week 13 with 3 games left. And he's not going to be in football shape. And that's assuming that everything with his illness is taken care of when he's eligible to come back in the first place. So Travis Frederick's season is probably done. But Looney has been playing well, certainly not up to Frederick standards, what we've been used to seeing, but definitely getting the job done. As far as Terrence Williams, same thing. He wouldn't be eligible to come back until at least week 13. And then he's not going to be in football shape, so he'll probably be out. He'll probably be out of game action for a couple of weeks past that. So you're talking about week 15, week 16 before he actually gets back on the field in the game. Terrence Williams, but he had 3 catches for 2 yards, I think it is, before they put him on IR. So wasn't that big of a loss. Hate to say, I like Terrence. He's a nice guy and everything, and he's done a lot of good things for us. But he's really fallen off lately, really, really bad, almost as bad as Dez did before he left. And that pains me to say because I'm a big time fan of 83, but I don't know what his deal is. I know he's working through some off the field stuff with his family or whatever, and I wish him well and all the best on that. I don't know if he's just distracted or what, but my thing with Travis Frederick is, like I said, he'd be eligible to return at the earliest to come off of IR week 13, I believe it is. Assuming that everything is taken care of as far as his illness goes and he's over all of that, he's definitely not going to be in football shape. So he's going to have to practice and work out and probably hold out of a couple of games. So you're talking about week 15, week 16 at the earliest before, best case scenario, before he'd be back on the field. And then at that point, the whole line has chemistry with Looney and everything. They've gotten used to, his stuff. So at that point, depending on, where we are, if we're making a playoff run, do you make a switch at center and fuck up the chemistry that's going on? And if we're not making a playoff run, then why switch it up and throw Frederick in there just to risk him getting hurt when we're already out of contention? So I feel like Frederick is probably done for the year, but even more so than that, I am much more concerned at this point because I've read up on this condition that he has, and it is very unpredictable. There's no sort of timetable on recovery process or anything like that. It can be very devastating to one's health. My thing with Frederick is I'm much more concerned with his health as a person, as a human than I am of anything football related. Trying to get him back, to do what we call football stuff or anything like that. I'm much more concerned for his health as a human and his family and family life and stuff like that, which is why I didn't understand why they didn't put him on IR in the first place, especially you're admitting, that you have no sort of timetable on it. Why not just say, hey, we're going to throw you on IR, take the 8 weeks, get right, hopefully, and we'll readdress the situation after. And if you're able to come back, great. If not, then just take the year off, and we'll reevaluate this in the offseason. But it's not looking good for Frederick right now at all. And I'm not only talking about returning to the field this year. This is a very serious thing that he's got going on, and he may not ever be able to play football again. And that's not, not to put anything like that on him. But it's serious, and I think a lot of people don't understand how serious this thing is that he's got going. People talking about, hopefully getting him back this year and everything. It's 9 times out of 10, it's probably not going to happen. I think best case scenario, he's back on the field next year. Absolute best case scenario. But I don't think that they would draft a center until they knew for sure what was going on with Frederick. If he's showing signs of recovery and they think he'd be able to get back for next year, and then especially with having Looney behind him, you already know that you have a quality backup that could come in and take things over if anything did happen to Frederick again. But it's just like Jalen Smith. They knew what they had in him, and they weren't just wanting a linebacker. They wanted him specifically because they saw his tape from college, and they said, I understand the nerve and everything, and it may never be the same again. He may never be able to play football again, and it's a real risk that we're doing by drafting him. But if we can get if he can even get back to half the player that he was before the injury, then this pick is going to pan out big time. So, but it cut off. Is that what you said? Okay. Well, I'm going to go to my channel on my phone and try to watch it. Yeah. Still going over here. Video's moving and everything. But the conversation is kind of slowed down now. I think that this is a good point to end it. Thank you guys for participating in this roundtable. I would absolutely love to do it again sometime. Hopefully I'll have more subscribers and there'll be a lot more involvement. But you guys all have a good day. Joey, Noah, Daniel, Corpse, I don't think you're on anymore. Everybody that joined in and participated. Kenneth Rogers, I believe was your name. Yeah. Chris, all you guys, thank you for participating and being here. And I just want to end this off by wishing well wishes to Travis Frederick. Like I said, I am not concerned at all about getting him back this year. Probably not going to happen. I want what's best for Travis, and that may be not playing football anymore, or it may be at least not playing football this year. And from a football standpoint, it sucks to say that. He's a great player. He's done a lot of great things for us, and it would suck to lose him from a football standpoint. But if it's between him retiring and getting some semblance of his health back versus him trying to force it and making things worse or worsening his condition because he's not taking care of his body because he's putting his body through so much punishment out there, I would much rather the former. Like I said, Looney has been playing more than well enough, and if that does come to that, like Joey said, we can always draft a center if we need to, or go get one in free agency or trade for one. But right now, my primary concern, I think most of Cowboy Nation concerns, and certainly everybody in the locker room, the players and the staff, priority number one right now is Travis Frederick's health as a person. This has absolutely zero to do with football right now. So all the best wishes to Travis Frederick and his family and everything that they're going through. I can't begin to imagine it. And starting to get emotional now, so I'm gonna. It just sucks. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy. It really couldn't. And I know that's a cliche, and people say that, but it's Travis Frederick is the definition of class, and it just sucks. Not because we lost a good center, but it just sucks. Anyway, you guys have a good one, and I'm gonna get out of here. How about them Cowboys? Big win today over the Jags, 40-7. And I'll see you guys later this week to talk about Washington. Maybe we'll do another roundtable. We'll see what happens. You can follow me on Twitter at UltimateCowboy9. You can follow me on Instagram at UltimateCowboy82. And I will link both of those down there. And other than that, you guys have a good one. See you guys later. Peace.